Now the 1954 FA Cup final is going to begin between West Bromwich Albion and Preston North End, who are wearing the white shirts. West Brom to kick off. Ronnie Allen just standing back a little with Ryan on his right and Johnny Nichols on his left. Waiting for the signal from the royal box so that the game can begin. And there's the signal, and we're off. Ryan for West Brom. Now to Morrison. Throw in to Preston. Taken by Forbes. Wayman. Big Ray Barlow. And now Ryan. Lee. Almost a more sensational opening than last season when Bolton scored in 75 seconds. That could have been a goal in 25 seconds. Goal kick to Preston. Their goalkeeper Thompson has just been chosen for the FA's Continental Tour. Allen. Millard, Lee. Nichols. There's Cunningham, the new Scottish international fullback. Throw in to Preston. It's Tom Finney. Foster. Nichols. Lee. Ronnie Allen running into position for a pass. Now Preston do a lot of this back passing. It might be fatal against these very quick West Brom forwards. We'll have to wait and see. Now Joe Kennedy. Marston, the centre half back. The only Australian ever to play at Wembley. Free kick for hands for Preston. Marston. It's a typical Kennedy tackle. He's very quick in the tackle, Kennedy. Throw in to Preston. It's Morrison. Nichols to Barlow. Dudley. Barlow now. Morrison. Now the first time Finney's touched the ball. The great cheers obviously from the West Brom fans. First round to Millard and Tommy Doherty. Goal kick to West Brom. West Brom, by the way, equal a record in this final. It's their 9th final, and only Newcastle United have played in as many cup finals. Finney. What a great player he is. And a goal kick. The weather, by the way, looked rather grim this morning. We had rain, the first time, I believe, in London for 25 days, but at the moment it's keeping fine and we can see a little bit of sun shining through, although generally it's very cloudy. West Brom playing against the wind. Baxter. A goal kick. No doubt Norman Heath, the West Brom goalkeeper who's lying in a hospital and watching this game on television in a Birmingham hospital, wishes he was taking that goal kick instead of Saunders. I'm sure everybody here sends best wishes to Heath. Kennedy. Foster. And a Wayman. Millard. Finney. Goal kick. Finney obviously thought it was a corner kick, but it's a goal kick. Five minutes gone. Preston North End 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. This, by the way, is almost a rubber between these two clubs in the cup. They've met 4 times before. West Brom have won twice, Preston have won twice. Free kick for Preston because Lee, the West Brom outside left, made a back for Cunningham. It's Cunningham going to take the kick. He's just been chosen for the Scottish tour of Scandinavia. Doherty, Cunningham, Ray Barlow, almost a perpetual England reserve. Notice Ronnie Allen out there on the left wing. Foster to Doherty, to Baxter. Now Griffin. Those are the things that happen at Wembley. All goes to prove it's worth challenging any goalkeeper. Now Doherty, Barlow, Millard, throw in to West Brom. It's Ray Barlow, Lee. Barlow, Lee, Barlow. A goal kick to Preston. Morris. Baxter. Underwood to Foster. This could be dangerous. Foster very intelligently had run into a beautiful position for a pass there, but probably Baxter thought the best thing to do was to have a crack at goal. Walton to Wayman. And Dugdale, an England centre-half. Throw-in to Preston. Strange Morrison taking most of the throw-ins on this side of the field. Probably a Preston plan there. Baxter. Throw-in this time to West Brom. There's Dudley, who played for the Scottish B team. And despite the claims of both sides, it's a Preston throw. Taken by Forbes. Wayman to Baxter. And a direct hit on a cameraman. We almost see that every game at Wembley. I just had a look at the two managers sitting down on the touchline bench, both of them looking very unconcerned. 10 minutes of this 1954 final gone. Preston North End 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. Now Ryan. Joe Kennedy, right back of West Brom. Throw in to Preston. Baxter to Walton. Foster. Doherty. Finney. Foster. And Preston just about an inch away from a certain goal, I should say there. Now Nichols to Allen. Lovely cool clearance by Cunningham there. Now Millard, Griffin, Ryan, Griffin, Kennedy. Nice anticipation by Joe Walton. And a pass inside there to the unmarked Charlie Wayman might easily have meant the first goal for Preston, because Duckdale, the centre half, was the man who came racing across in the middle. It's thrown to West Brom, Dudley, Ryan. Allen. Used to be an outside right, now a great international centre forward. To Lee. Allen. Out of play, throw in to West Brom. Ray Barlow. A very intelligent throw, but obviously Lee misjudged the speed of this Wembley turf. That is the difficulty of these players in a cup final, because for some weeks now they've been playing on hard, dusty, bare grounds with hardly a blade of grass on them. But here at Wembley they have the velvet turf. Not a bare patch to be seen. Finney to Baxter, Wayman, Baxter. Now Griffin. Nichols. Very intelligent head by Kennedy to Duckdale. Dudley. Now Morrison for Preston. Throw in to West Brom. Dudley. Another throw to West Brom. Ryan taking this one. His partner in crime, Allen. Marston. And a free kick to Preston for a foul by Millard. And who's this down? It's Ronnie Allen. There is the West Brom trainer, who's probably got rather mixed feelings this afternoon, because his name is Arthur Fitton. He used to be a footballer himself, and you probably guessed who he played for. Yes, Preston North End. Allen all right, back to this free kick then. It's going to be taken by Cunningham for a foul charge by Millard on Finney. Marston. Now this could be dangerous. Here's Johnny Nichols. Well, we're not used to seeing Nichols so slow. Foul charge by Morrison on Dudley, so it's a free kick to West Brom. Charge right in Dudley's back. 15 minutes gone, no score. Kennedy with the free kick. Finney. Doherty. Foster. Ray Barlow came away with that. Dudley. Kennedy to Nichols. And it's a beauty. Right onto the head of faithful partner Allen. There's Allen again, wandering all over the pitch. Ryan. Who came away with that ball. Allen. Ryan. That's how they tackle him in Australia. Now Foster. Throw in to Preston. Foster another chance. There's Morrison. Johnny Nichols back helping his defence, and Mr. Lutie has given hands against Tommy Doherty, the Preston right halfback. Doherty to Finney. Throw in to Preston. Preston playing with rather a strong wind, which I believe is causing a bit of howling in our microphones, which is stretched around the pitch. Now Doherty. And it was over the line when Saunders caught it, says the linesman, so it's a goal kick. So don't think it's your set if you do hear a bit of howling. It's just the wind in these microphones, and if we switch them off, well, of course, you wouldn't get any atmosphere at all. Now Morrison. Wayman, Baxter, Foster, to Doherty, to Finney. Well, that's football at its very best. Throw in to the Albion. It's George Lee, their outside left, way back there. Barlow taking it. Dudley, Kennedy, Allen. Pitch very slippy with this morning rain. Morrison, a former Derby County centre forward. He's got Dugdale away from the middle. Charlie Wayman. Almost anything could have happened in that. Joe Walton. Typical full-back centre. 20 minutes gone, still Preston North End 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. Griffin. Throw in to Preston. It's Forbes, their left half. He was signed by Preston for Wolverhampton Wanderers, next door to West Brom. Ryan. Marston, Cunningham. And now Lee with that lucky rebound. It's a goal for Allen. That's how Council won and lost at Wembley. A very lucky rebound for Lee, and that makes the score after 21 minutes. Preston North End 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. Tom Finney, that throw in for Preston to Wayman, to Baxter. Now Doherty. Up goes Morrison. And it's a goal! Started it. Albion won up in 21 minutes, Preston 1-all after 22 minutes, and Morrison the scorer for Preston. And now a lovely ball to Foster. Wonder if we're going to have a repetition of last year's thrills. And hands by Allen, so it's a free kick to Preston North End, taken by Doherty to Finney. And it's a good job Dudley was there for West Brom. Throw in to Preston. And Doherty. There's Morrison. Forbes. Morrison. Doherty to Forbes, to Wayman. Well, if anything deserved a goal, that hook shot of Charlie Wayman's did. And it must have caused him a lot of disappointment because Wayman has scored in every round so far, so he wants to join the elite of players who scored in every round of the cup right up to and including the final. Dudley, Griffin, and Charlie Wayman. Throw in to Preston. A rather a quiet opening. The excitement's really broken loose here at Wembley now. Baxter. Barlow. 25 minutes gone. Preston North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. 2 goals scored within 60 seconds of each other. Allen for West Brom, Morrison for Preston. Now Wayman for Preston. And now Ronnie Allen for West Brom to Nichols. Throw to West Brom. Griffin to Ryan. Dudley to Barlow, to Millard, Nichols, Allen to Nichols, and it's a lovely chance for Allen. An appeal for a penalty by Nichols, but the referee said no, so it's spinning for Preston. What a worker this man Allen is. He's the man who tackled Finney there. Thrown to Preston, Doherty, Foster. Foster again. Looks like a corner to me, yes. Tom Finney, the footballer of the year. Dangerous one by Lee, the West Brom outside left. Griffin, Kennedy, Allen. I bet Doherty felt that one. Marston, Morris. Throw in to West Brom. Griffin to Dudley, and yes, Doherty did feel it. He's down on his knees, there he is. So it's the Preston trainer, Jimmy Milne, coming on. Background, it's Johnny Nichols who's doing his physical jerks. These West Brom lads very, very keen after their disappointment of failing to get the double, and I believe that yesterday they did a full training session. Doherty all right then, on with the game, and Dudley the throw-in for West Brom. And you can have another go. To Ryan, to Ronnie Allen. Barlow. West Brom obviously determined to get to Tom Finney before he can control the ball. Lee. It's Nichols. Marston. Lee, Griffin, Allen, throw in to West Brom. Ronnie Allen all over the place. Wayman to Morris. Joe Kennedy determined to play the game of his life. He lost his place in the West Brom side through injury, was never able to regain it. And he had not so long ago when Hungary played England here, Joe Kennedy was England's reserve on that day. Throw into Preston, Forbes, Morrison, Wayman, Baxter, Foster, and it was Len Millard, the West Brom captain, who made that tackle. Half an hour gone, Preston North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Dugdale. Now Joe Walton. Up. Little Charlie Wayman, no doubt wishing he was a couple of inches taller. Curiously enough, we haven't seen one offside against the West Brom team yet, and yet Preston are great lovers of the offside game. Throw in to West Brom. It's Dudley. Ryan. Ronnie Allen chasing it. And he's certainly hurt with that one. I think he got the Thompson's elbows right in his face. Mr. Lewis has stopped the game. Yes, it's probably a cut right across the top of his eye. No, it can't be a cut. Nothing that a cold sponge won't cure, so Ronnie Allen's all right. And it'll be a bounce up, or to use the technical term, a dropped ball. Thrown to West Brom. And yet another. It's Ray Barlow, big, strong, attacking wing halfback. This time thrown to Preston. Tommy Doherty. And Dugdale. And it's a free kick for Preston. Ronnie Allen holding Cunningham, the Preston right back, as they both darted for that ball. You're not allowed, of course, to pull a player back or charge him when neither of you are playing the ball. Nor are you allowed to take free kicks about 4 or 5 yards from where the offence was committed. Baxter to Walton. Bad bit of indecision there in the West Brom defence, so it's a corner. There's Angus Morrison, a lover of in-swingers, and now he's playing with the wind. It could be very dangerous. Out to Lee. Allen. Lee. Allen. What an intelligent player he is without the ball, Allen. But Barlow. Now it's Preston's turn with Finney. Foster, Finney. But it's Dugdale who stopped him in the end. Now to Lee, to Nichols. Doherty looking uncommonly like Bill Shankly, who used to play right half for Preston. Baxter to Finney, to Baxter. And a throw in to Preston. Doherty to Baxter. Allen. Ryan. And Griffin, of course, had moved into the centre with Allen hanging so far back. That's why he wasn't on his wing. So Preston throw, Morrison to Walton. Forbes. And it's out of play. A throw in to West Brom. 10 minutes to go before half-time. Preston North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Ryan, Griffin. Almost a dribble a la Matthews last year. And foul by Joe Walton, who just body checked him. So free kick to West Brom. Well, a goal now would be very, very useful for either side. There's Ronnie Allen just bobbing about that penalty area. Just won't keep still. There's Dudley with the kick. Mr. Luty, the referee there from Leeds, he was actually a first-class rugby player until he hurt his ankle and then decided to take up soccer refereeing. Wonderful build for a forward as well, isn't he? Throw in to Preston. Now Morrison. Wayman. Throw in to Preston. The ball boys from the Nottinghamshire County Football Association. Offside, the old gag, and it always falls down because of offside. And I think I'm right in saying that that's the first offside in this game after 37 minutes, with the scores level at 1-1. Throw in to Preston. Forbes to Wayman. But now it's Ryan, Paddy Ryan for West Brom. To Allen. To Ryan. This could be very dangerous. And now Lee has got a wonderful chance. And Nichols. To Barlow. And Lee is offside. Quick free kick by Cunningham to Finney. Doherty to Finney. Like Matthews, he just seems to amble, doesn't he? And that's the centre half with him, Dugdale. And a free kick to Preston. A trip by Dugdale on Finney, so well, these Scotsmen will try anything at Wembley, won't they? And it's yet another Scotsman, one of the 5 in the Preston team, going to take this free kick, Cunningham. Corner kick off the head of Joe Kennedy. And it's Foster, the inside right, taking it, obviously leaving Morrison to head a goal if possible. Millard to Lee. Millard to Lee. To Nichols. To Ryan. Ah, now this is lovely football. To Griffin. Well, these Preston boys certainly take risks with their back passing. 5 minutes to go to half-time. It's still 1-1. Tommy Docherty to Finney. Barlow to Millard. Allen. Ryan to Griffin. Walton, Preston. Now it's Dudley. Docherty to Cunningham. Kennedy. Griffin. Now Wayman. Foster. Finney. There's Morris. Now a wonderful chance for Docherty. And no doubt the forward said just like a halfback. About 3 minutes left for play in the first half. The band all ready to come on for the half-time marching display, and Preston 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Barlow to Millard. Finney to Docherty. Throw in to Preston. And another one. There's Vic Buckingham, the West Brom manager, who stood up then. He trained the Pegasus team in that wonderful amateur cup final against Bishop Auckland a few years ago. Wayman, and is it a goal for Finney? What a great cheer there would have been if Finney, such a great player, had capped his cup final appearance with a goal. Foster, Cunningham to Finney. But not even Tom Finney can rescue that. Passes as bad as that. Throw in to West Brom. Millard to Lee. Millard again with the throw for West Brom. Tries Nichols this time. Throw into Preston. Half time any second now. Bobby Foster to Docherty, to Finney, the only local boy in the Preston team. To Foster, and up goes the linesman's flag for offside. Well, the linesman was dead in line. And of course some people might say that Foster was level with the backs. Well, of course, if he's level with the backs, he's offside. Griffin to Allen, to Griffin. Now Morris to Preston. Kennedy to Barlow. Barlow playing well back today. He's usually the sort of half-back that likes to attack. Now that could be a very dangerous sort of kick. Dugdale. And that is half-time. Now we're ready for the second half. Preston in the white shirts, 1 goal all. And off we go, 45 minutes to go to the end of this final. Preston North End 1, West Brom 1. And it's Ronnie Allen for West Brom, to Lee, to Allen. Docketed to Finney. And Finney is penalised for tripping Ray Barlow. So free kick to West Brom, going to be taken by their left back and captain, Len Millard. Millard going into the tackle straight away with Finney. Docketed with the throw in for Preston. Dudley to Barlow. Millard. Ronnie Allen, but it's out of play. Throw in to Preston. Doherty to Forbes. Griffin back to Kennedy. Kennedy again. Marston to Forbes. And it's a throw in to West Brom. Dudley to Allen. A noticeable feature of this Preston defence is that Marston, the Preston centre-half, is not following Allen when Allen goes on his wanderings. And Allen is usually wandering. Throw into West Brom, now playing with the wind. And it's a very strong wind. And Ryan to Allen. Back to Ryan. That could be a very nasty one. Now Finney. Well, it was playing this way, you remember, that Stanley Matthews turned on that wonderful performance just a year ago when he beat Bolton Wanderers by 4 goals to 3. So I wonder whether Tom Finney will do the same. Throw into West Brom. By Griffin to Dudley. Marston to Doherty. Morrison. Dugdale to Griffin. Ryan. Obviously the sun bothering the Preston defenders now. We didn't expect to see much sun this morning. Baxter. Lee. Dudley to Lee. Nichols. There's Ronnie Allen, as always, snapping up the loose ball. Five minutes of the second half gone. Preston North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Present for Lee. Now present for Preston. Finney. A foul by Ray Barlow on Finney. Used his elbows to charge him off the ball. So free kick to Preston. It's Cunningham there, Scottish international right back. Nichols. Out to Lee. Ronnie Allen turning up again in all the unexpected places. Doherty to Finney. Doherty. Charlie Wayman. He's not given offside. Yes, the referee has. The referee has given him offside. No, he's not. I'm sorry about that. The linesman didn't flag, but I was certain that I saw Mr. Lute pointing for a free kick. But he mustn't have blown his whistle. So after 51 minutes, it's West Bromwich Albion down by 2-1. Kennedy, Ryan, Ronnie Allen. I wonder if we're going to have an equalizer within 60 seconds. Now Lee. Throw in to West Brom. Terrific hum in the stadium now as everybody arguing about that goal. There's Dudley, the right half, and a corner. And this, I'm told, is the first corner that West Brom have gained in the game after 8 minutes of the second half. Ryan. Is offside. Both Allen and Nichols given offside. That shows the huge hands of Thompson, the Preston goalkeeper, carrying the football as if it was just a tiny little billiard ball. Griffin. Millard to Lee, to Allen. Forbes. Lee to Allen, to Lee. Marston very good at those interceptions with Johnny Nichols running into position. If one of them gets through, it'll be a goal. Now Baxter. Finney. And he wins a corner. Ten minutes of the second half gone. Preston leading by 2-1. Here come West Brom. It's Griffin with the ball. Forbes. Walton. You must have that lad as a goalkeeper one of these days. Kennedy, Dudley. Another throw to West Brom. Dudley to Griffin. Side to Ryan. There's Allen. That, of course, was meant for Nichols. Drain to Preston. Tom Finney to Foster. No, that's not a foul because Barlow got the ball. Finney just fell over his legs. This Finney. That could have been a very dangerous back pass by Ray Barlow. Thrown to West Brom. It's a good one to Ryan. Now there's Allen. Good by Walton. Morrison, Wayman, Baxter, and there Foster was given offside that time. But quite frankly, I thought the decision was given a little too quickly because the ball struck a West Brom defender, thereby playing him onside. But of course, the whistle had already gone. That is what might have happened when the goal was scored. It might have touched the West Brom defender, thereby playing Wayman onside. Now Kennedy with the free kick. Ryan. That's the outside left Morrison clearing that. Shows a good player coming back to help his defence. Now Dudley for West Brom. Marston. Wayman. Millard. Lee. Doherty. Now Lee again. Nichols. Corner. And Forbes has hurt his foot with that. He mishit the ball, it probably hit his toe, twisted his foot back. Just those sort of things that can often mean the ball ricocheting off a foot and crashing into your own net. This time it went for a corner, and there's Lee to take it. Doherty. Throw in to West Brom. Ray Barlow. Now Doherty. Another throw to West Brom. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. Preston North End 2, scored by Morrison and Weyman. West Bromwich Albion 1, scored by Allen. Weyman has now joined the elite of having scored in every round up to and including the final. Yes, I thought he'd finish up on the floor. It's Tommy Doherty, the Preston right halfback. Not even a tough Scot could have taken that clearance by Ray Barlow on the back of the head. Barlow with a throw in, West Brom. Still as tough as ever, Tommy Doherty heading it. Now it's Nichols. It could have been 2 each very, very easily there. Dudley to Kennedy. Throw in to Preston. Weyman. What a mistake by Dugdale. Kennedy to Dudley. To Ryan. Throw in to Preston. Doherty. And hands by Millard. Free kick for Preston. Tom Finney taking it. Now this can be very, very dangerous. This could make goal number 3. Foster. Marston very clever at heading to his wings instead of just hitting the ball forward. Forbes. Miller. Lee, Allen, Lee, Allen, Nichols, Lee, and now it's Ray Barlow, and it's a penalty. A penalty, and all the photographers just screeching to a position behind the goal. Well, Preston North End, the last time they won the cup in 1938, won by a penalty. They might lose it this time. And Ronnie Allen, the man who put West Brom into the final with a penalty goal in the semi-final, is going to take it. 18 minutes of the second half gone. And objecting that the ball isn't on the spot. Now, I wonder whether that has upset Ronnie Allen's nerve, that he's had to wait. Well, 63 minutes gone. Preston North End 2, West Bromwich Albion 2. And I wonder what the feeling in Ronnie Allen's stomach was as he ran up to take that penalty kick. He was certainly welcome to the job. Now this really puts the game alive again. Ryan to Allen. Now Doherty, Finney, Doherty, Finney. And a throw in for West Brom. And Ronnie Allen taking throw-ins. Marston. Wayman to Finney. This man Finney would get through anything. Now to Griffin. What a very clever centre-half this fellow Marston is. Always heads to the wing. Now Lee. Griffin. Offside against Nichols. "20 minutes of the second half gone, and 2-2. Doherty to Wayman. Joe Kennedy to Allen. Barlow to Lee. That skillful tackle was by Doherty. There he is with the ball now. Dugdale to Barlow. Lee. It's a goal! Well, that was the best save of the match by Thompson from his own fullback, Walton. Midway in the second half, 2-2. There's Dudley. Griffin. And a corner. This jack of all trades, Ronnie Allen, taking the corner kick. Well, he used to be an outside right for Port Vale. Going to West Brom, Dudley to Allen. Out of Wayman. Barlow, Griffin, Barlow, Ronnie Allen. And Relive, the left back. Throw in to West Brom. Well, the Albion are really turning on the heat now. Millard to Nichols. Offside. Lee's offside. Throw in to Preston. Rather, free kick to Preston. 20 minutes to go. Preston North End 2, West Bromwich Albion 2. Throw in to West Brom. Ryan. Lee. Now Doherty. Foster. Doherty. Baxter. Griffin getting in trouble. A Walt. And it's a free kick. A trip. Griffin tripped up, so it's a free kick to West Brom, going to be taken by Joe Kennedy. Taken by Dugdale, actually. Now we're seeing this West Brom forward line switched positions. They're not definite changes, they just keep interchanging positions. And a foul by Wayman on Dugdale, pushing in the back without attempting to play the ball. Dugdale. Nichols is hurt in the penalty area. Can't even crawl off the field to keep himself from being offside. And the referee has blown his whistle to bring on Arthur Fitton. And Ronnie Allen appeared to be limping then too, didn't he? Well, it's amazing what a goal can do to a team. West Brom looked terribly dispirited after that second Preston goal, which they disputed on the grounds of offside. But certainly after this penalty goal, which made it 2-2 after 63 minutes, West Brom have certainly come out of their shell. And it's now Preston who are in trouble. Morrison and Wayman have scored for Preston, and Ronnie Allen has got 2 for West Brom, who are now with 10 men as Nichols is helped off. The referee says a drop ball. Baxter to Morrison. Wayman to Doherty, and outside left Lee, who came back to do a spot of defending. And so centre half Dugdale does a spot of attacking. Cunningham, Wayman, Foster to Finney. Well, we haven't seen Finney for a long time. And it's a corner. And Nichols, I think, is fit again. Yes, he's running onto the field. He's been called on by the referee, so it's 11 men apiece now. Goal kick. There's Johnny Nichols. He wants to score a couple of goals because Ronnie Allen has now scored 35 this season and Nichols only 33. They were level before this game started. He's got quarter of an hour in which to do it. Just quarter of an hour to go, and it's 2-2 as Dudley takes a throw in for West Brom to Allen. Baxter. Dudley to Rickaby. Well, Johnny Nichols seems to have recovered now. Marston. Doherty. Finney. Throw in to Preston. Foster to Finney. was a free kick for Joe Walton. Barlow to Lee. Nichols doing something to a bandage or something on his leg. And they're just tying up a lace around his stockings. Doesn't worry how he looks as long as he kicks it. Now there's Kennedy racing up in the attack. Lee with the ball. Kennedy in the centre forward position. Funny thing, the right back coming up to attack and the left back, the outside left of the opposing side coming back to mark it. Doherty to Finney. Going to Preston. Finney to Foster. That's Mr. Scott Simon, the Preston manager, who threw that ball to Doherty. Foster to Nichols, to Millard. Baxter, Foster, Finney. Throw into West Brom. Barlow, who can have another throw in. Ronnie Allen. And it's a corner kick. Well, Allen has taken one on the right wing and now he's taking one on the left wing. On top of that, he scored a couple of goals. Doherty to Foster. Cunningham to Finney. Ryan, the inside right back in defence. He made that back pass. And Walton out to Morrison. Lee for Johnny Nichols. Cunningham. Throw in to Preston. Doherty. Another throw to Preston. Wayman to Doherty. Goal kick to West Brom. West Brom won the cup 3 times. 1888 when they beat Preston, 1892 and 1931. Preston won it twice. 1889 when they did the double, cup without losing a goal and the league without losing a match. And 1938, but Ryan now for West Brom. Throw in to West Brom. Kennedy to Dudley. Finney to Foster. Ten minutes left to play. Preston 2, West Brom 2. Alan Chivers, the producer, is beginning to grumble now. He's saying this extra time is getting a little bit of a habit. The Amateur Cup final. Now Tom Finney. It's a corner kick. No, the referee has given a goal kick. If we do have extra time, it will be, I think, the second time in the FA Cup since the war. First time was when Derby beat Charlton, and the following year when Charlton beat Burnley. Now Baxter. Wayman. Corner kick to Preston. Probably going to make me eat my words about extra time, and also about this forecast of mine of a draw after extra time. Finney with the corner kick. Goal kick to West Brom. Doherty, Morris. It's out of play for a throw-in. Throw-in to West Brom. Dudley. Throw-in to Preston. 7 minutes to play, 2-2. Forbes with the throw-in. Marston to Cunningham. And return. Baxter to Wayman. To Morrison. Very brilliantly taken by Saunders. Now to Lee. Finney. Throw in to Preston. Finney to Cunningham. And there's a chance for Foster. I bet Norman Heath, the Albion's injured goalkeeper, sat up in his bed and cheered at that save. Millard. Lee. Nichols, Lee, Walton out to Morris, and a throw in to West Brom. 5 minutes left for play. It's of ordinary time, 2-2. Dudley. The linesman is flagging that the ball had gone over the line, so it's a goal kick. Free kick for Preston. Ray Barlow elbowing Foster in the back. Marston. Finney. But this time Millard wins it to Lee. Millard. Throw in to West Brom. Kennedy to Ryan. Dudley. Kennedy. Allen. Another throw to West Brom. 4 minutes left to play. 2-2. Allen. Just under 4 minutes now left for play. 2-2. But of course a lot can happen in 4 minutes, as we learned last year. Dugdale, Barlow, Millard, Dudley. Throw in to West Brom. Ray Barlow to Lee. Three minutes left. Preston 2, West Brom 2. Kennedy to Dugdale. Ryan, Kennedy, Ryan. It's Griffin. Whatever you may think, whatever I may think, the press photographers reckon it's all over. They've just raced to get in front of the royal box. There's 2.5 minutes from time. Griffin makes it 3-2 for West Brom. I say 2.5 minutes from time. That's by our watch, not counting for any stoppages. Now Johnny Nichols. Griffin. A minute and 20 seconds by our watch. West Brom now leading by 3-2. And a free kick for a foul charge by Lee on Doherty. Cunningham. Joe Walton, of course, wants to keep it in play. To Marston, to Walton. And a free kick for Preston. No, a throw, and I thought the referee had given a free kick. Now Morrison to Baxter. Barlow. And Doherty. I think 15 seconds to go. Nichols, length was anywhere will do for the West Brom team now, as the seconds tick away. West Brom having snatched the cup out of what seemed a certain draw. Throw in for West Brom. For old Tom Finney. The popular choice for a cup winner's medal. But for the footballer of the year this time, and for the 4th time, the footballer of the year who had to play at Wembley has finished on the losing side. We're in the any extra time for stoppages, so it's the end any second. There's Barlow, the throw-in for West Brom. And now Griffin could make it 4-2. A goal kick. Well, it appears these finals these days, it's not a draw, it's last-minute goals. And there's the whistle, it's all over. West Brom have won. And there's the great sportsman Tom Finney. Disappointment in his heart, congratulating the West Brom side that came so near to doing the Cup and League double, and whom many of us thought might fall in between two stools. Well, they haven't. They've won this dramatic victory by 3-2. Ronnie Allen scoring 2, one of them a penalty. Griffin, the winning goal, 2.5 minutes from the end. Morrison and Wayman scoring the goals for Preston. There's Vic Buckingham, the manager. What a happy man he must be. And there's the cup, the trophy they played for, and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Here the victors, followed by the losers. Led by Len Millard. Very happy captain. Well, then Millard takes the cup. Ray Barlow takes the plinth. No, it's not Ray Barlow, it's Dudley. Followed by Ray Barlow, and that's the thing.